Alright, so just going off the bat, everyone knows Vitali, right? Russian streamer, streams on Kick now. Not so long ago, he was arrested in the Philippines for Grand Theft Auto, which would have been 20 years. That's surprising to me. And he came back. He got blacklisted from there. He went to Russia, for what I've found, and he's back in the US. Before then and them, he did a few streams where he would do like a Chris Hansen, Gideon, or Skeeter Gene situation where they'll do predator catching and so on and so forth. If anyone knows what I'm talking about here, I'm talking about the one stream where he tried to claim that this one man who met up was a predator. I'm not even gonna say predator. He was trying to claim he was a fucking pedophile. Okay, I'm sick of that saying predator. And so I can't find a video anywhere that hasn't been on YouTubers, and I don't want to sift through the clips on that. But for what happened and for what I've seen is that they immediately went on him like a bunch of fucking dogs. The security guard there, who probably looks like Jack Doherty's felon guard there, patted him down, or for what looks like to me, he was groping him. And next thing you know, they were saying death threats. The guy's saying that she didn't say his age, and she didn't, for what I've heard. And again, I can't find the evidence anywhere, so that's just speculation. And he straight up calls the cops, tell them to come there, and I don't know what happens after that, because I can't find anything else after that. But for what I've heard, police did come around and say that the guy, he wasn't a pedophile, and the police sent him some forms, and I'm going to try to pronounce his last name as well. It's Akash Singhania? I do apologize if that's the wrong pronunciation for his last name. But, like, they handed him papers, and he has kept calm for what I've known, and, told them what everyone should have known. He wasn't a pedophile. And so Vitali came along and posted this on X, and I'm just going to read it out for you anyway. I'll put it on the video, but I'm still going to read it out. It has come to my attention that on a recent episode of Catching Child Predators, my team and I mistakenly portrayed Akash Singhania as a child predator. This was a mistake that I deeply regret, which I call bullshit, by the way. He never intended to meet a minor and has been cleared of all wrongdoings, which he said throughout the whole video, may I add. I apologize to Mr. Singhania, his family, his friends, and anyone else has been affected by this mistake. To be clear, the work we do to expose predatory behavior is of the utmost importance. But in doing so, we cannot lose sight of the truth. I removed the video from all my accounts, and I ask that anyone who has saved it to please do the same. Though I never encourage anyone to attempt to contact any person in my videos, I ask anyone who is attempting to contact Mr. Singhania cease at once. This was a learning experience for my team and me, and we ensure that we remain committed to the truth, and we always have. I call bullshit. Especially the part where what they want to do is expose, what's their utmost importance is to expose pedophiles. You stream on Kick. That's all he does. Vitali streams on Kick, and at this point, the only people who are on there is either they've been barred from other streaming services or just want to make a quick buck. This is all he's doing. And for what I found, like this is me, because I'm recording this a few days apart, and I found a Toza's video on it, which I'll put on below because he shows more evidence in that. He said that someone on the team and another person who works as a decoy, who's a lady, and I'll get to that, is saying that she didn't tell him his age. She did not claim anything. And the part which spikes my thing, and what annoys me, is that everyone's saying that everyone's on a debate for some fucking reason, is that Vitali asks for anyone who has this video saved, as I said before, has this video saved, to get rid of it, and no one contact Mr. Singhania. Again, I do apologize if I'm butchering the pronunciation. It's straight up saying that we fucked up, we have it filmed, we have to destroy the evidence. And you know, and a few hours later, I don't know, because this is all on X, I don't go on X a lot, and I found Mr. Singhania's tweet about it, which I hope I can find again. He says, and I'll post it on when I find the screenshot of it, when I screenshot it. He says, "My world was turned upside down this weekend. As some of you may have seen, I was featured on a recent episode of Vitaly's..." I'm not even going to try and attempt that. I'm on a recent episode of Vitaly's live stream where I was wrongly portrayed as someone attempting to engage in an inappropriate conduct. This accusation is completely false, which it immediately is. Since then, Vitali has publicly acknowledged through both written and video statements that this was a mistake. Additionally, the officers from the Santa Ana Police Department, who I called to the scene, conducted their own assessment and confirmed that I am innocent of any wrongdoing. I am sincerely grateful that officers Renaud Galstian, Lorenzo Sanchez, and Joanna, I can't even pronounce that either, for their professionalism and for taking time to carefully evaluate the situation and establish the truth. While I appreciate that the mistake has been acknowledged, the impact of the false accusation has been significant. I have experienced harassment, judgment, and damage to my personal and professional relationships based on something that has now been proven false. I wholeheartedly support efforts to expose real wrongdoing to protect the vulnerable at the time this experience... protect the vulnerable. At the time, this experience has shown me how important due process and verification are basic because... And verifications are because mistakes when made publicly can have serious consequences on innocent lives. Thank you to those who have supported me during this time. Thank you, Akash Singhania. And, I hope he is making a good recovery from this, because it is a traumatized experience being called a pedophile, being accused for it, and when it's proven false, everyone's just treating it that the false was just fake news. And then I found something else. This was when I was still in X looking for it. And this was a clip that someone screenshotted it, and that I didn't want to show the X person's username because it wasn't Akash, this was someone else who screenshotted it and had a heading on top. And I believe this is from him. He said, "I have retained one of the best defamation lawyers in the country. Combine that with the complete and total cooperation from the police department regarding my innocence. I am feeling pretty good about the position I'm in, despite the fucked situation. Let's see what happens." I do hope he goes through with this, if he is going to do a defamation lawsuit. But I do not believe he should just go after Vitali, though. I might get hot water for this, but I believe that he should go for that whole team. Vitali, the lady decoy, everyone there, the security guard who groped him. It's not even physically, he fucking groped him, I said this already. And the guy with that Jack Doherty haircut. He should go after all these. And for what I found out as well, I didn't even know if I said this earlier, they spat out death threats to him. And the next thing that really surprises me is that he's still got a fan base, he's still got a platform to stream on, because he physically assaulted a woman for a prank last night, if I remember correctly. And he spat out racial slurs. He's literally, like I said before, he was almost did 20 years in prison for stealing a security man's motorbike. But I don't think he should be just doing defamation. They targeted him when there was no proper proof, which could be labeled as a hate crime as far as I know. I might be wrong. But at the same time, it's false entrapment because the decoy never told him about the age, and they didn't tell him about anything that told them that the decoy was a minor. I just said the same thing twice, which I apologize for. And again, I don't like Vitali. No one does. How he still has a fandom, again, like I said, is fucking surprising. How he, Neon, and all that, including like Johnny Somali, who is now doing prison, probably the only thing that I'm excited for. He's doing 6 years in a labor camp in South Korea. I had to think about that for a second, I do apologize. And Vitali, again, he managed to dodge everything. And I hope that Akash, Mr. Singhania, does go along with this lawsuit. And if he does, it'll be a funny sight to see Vitali grief stricken because he fucked up once again. And I want to cover more about it, but that's all I found, and that's about it. See you all hopefully next week or tomorrow.